everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are doing a clean and pack with me. I've got some cleaning motivation for you and of course a bunch of laundry sprinkled in here. Then I am going to take you along with me as I start packing for a trip that we went on. So if you need to get some things done today or just want to watch and get some motivation to do the things you need to get done, click the like button and let's get into this video. Starting things off in the laundry room, I am going to get a load of my clothes started in here, then put away the clothes that you see hanging here. These are dry and ready to be put away. Also, this is a very good way to multitask, but just be sure that you are mentally prepared to come back and either hang your clothes to dry or toss them in the dryer once they're done washing. I am always dreading hanging the clothes to dry on the hangers because it feels like it takes so long, but honestly, it only takes at most 7 minutes. So I'm going to get this load started, then I'm going to get into one of the bathrooms and get that cleaned today.
Say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. Just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Change all the time. Why are you?
I am out of hangers and hanging space anyways in my son's closet, so I'm going to use this bucket from Dollar Tree to store these jeans for now. It is not quite that season yet anyways, so he is not needing them. I thought that this was a good way to store them for now because by the time we do need them, they may be able to get hung because hopefully I can do another closet clean out and free up some hangers. But yeah, this will go at the top of the closet. And honestly, this bucket got freed up when I did the last closet clean out. And I just refuse to buy any more organizers or anything else that I think is going to help me, quote unquote, organize. So it is what it is. And I've got a bunch of jeans and pants because this is from my brother that he did the clean out for his son. And then we get all of his hand-me-downs. So I'm finally getting these put away.
Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love.
We have made it to the bathroom. When cleaning, I like to start from the top to the bottom. So I took everything off the sink, then cleaned the mirror with Windex. Then I just sprayed some Clorox spray. And now I am wiping that down. I don't even remember when this was filmed, but this bathroom does need a good cleaning again here soon. I know I definitely need to clean the tub in here today, the day that I'm doing this voiceover. I probably won't film it though, but yes, that is needed. I'll probably clean the tub, sweep, and Swiffer in there today, and then tell my son to go ahead and clean the mirror, sink, and toilet. Kind of what I did in this video. I do like to pass that on to him, and I am working on giving him more responsibility as he is getting older. But of course, every now and then I like to film a cleaning in here.
Love like this, I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could.
The sink was dry, so now I'm just getting everything back onto the counter, and then I'm going to refill the Q-tips and cotton balls in here. I didn't realize they were getting used so much in here, so there's that. And just one more thing for me to keep in mind to refill, which is fine. But anyways, has everyone already gone back to school? We have, and it has been kicking my butt. Well, the only way is just waking up early, and it's only been 3 days. Today, as I do this voiceover, we're on day 4, but week 2, they started on a Wednesday. But I will tell you, it has made me have to plan more with lunches and snacks. I actually prepped my kids' snacks for when they get home because our schedule has changed from last year. So we are having really early mornings now. So then that means they get lunch earlier at school and then nothing else until they get home. So I've been prepping them good snacks. Let's see how long I can keep this up. I hope I can keep up because with our previous schedule, our mornings weren't so early. Mine were early due to work. I would get up before them just to get some work done. And then that way, by the time they get up, I am all theirs. I can make them breakfast. We can get ready, all that stuff. But now that's just not how it is. So theirs wasn't early. They could just wake up at whatever time. So they were getting a good breakfast in, eat lunch at school at a decent time, and then come home and snack a little bit. But I feel like this year they are needing heartier snacks for when they get home. So I did good these first 3 days. It just takes a lot of planning. But we are on week 2 now, and I've got all the snacks planned for this week. And of course, I wanted to change it up. So I've got to pick something different for next week now. And honestly, I probably did this to myself because you're probably like, well, why do you have to put so much thought into prepping? But honestly, one of my kids is so picky, but honestly, he's still little. So I'm hoping it's just a phase and then he will grow out of it. And then my oldest, I mean, he's just kind of, he'll eat whatever now because he's just growing and he's more open to trying new things if I were to put something new in his snack box. But my little one, no, he is still picky. But like I said, he's at that age. Hopefully he grows out of it soon.
Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in.
So here I wiped down the toilet first with a dry cloth to get all the dust off, because if you just go in with a wet Clorox wipe or wet microfiber cloth without dusting, you will end up with a slimy, dusty mess, kind of like wet dust. I know this because I have done it numerous times in the past. So that's what I did here, and now I'm just going to take this trash out and going to put a new bag. Today, I wasn't feeling the Clorox wipes, so I just sprayed some Clorox, my Clorox Scentiva, and then just gonna wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. So anyways, about the back to school snacks, I do see why people buy those little bento boxes now, because they come in handy for prepping for days in a row. And like I said, my schedule has changed. So now I can see how those would benefit me, but just the past 3 years, it would just not benefit me. It would just take up space and then just more stuff that I have to find space for, and then I probably don't have the space for. So I've been prepping the snacks day by day because we don't have those containers, and I didn't want to go out and buy them and end up not needing them. So I am going to give myself a couple weeks before buying that because, like I said, I want to see if I can hang and keep up with this first before buying any more stuff. For me, I just want to be prepped because if not, then they would just come home and eat junk. So last week's snack for my oldest was a turkey sandwich with cheese, mayonnaise, brownie, and grapes. My little ones was grapes, brownie, a fruit twist. It's kind of like fruit snacks, but a twisty rope, like it looks like a Twizzler. Some club cracker minis, the ranch kind. And then, so this week we changed the fruit from grapes to oranges, but we actually did buy grapes still. So we do have those in the fridge as well. So for my oldest, it's going to be the oranges, a quesadilla. I was planning on making some snickerdoodle cookies because I wanted to try to make a sweet treat each week. So last week was brownies. This week will be the cookies, Lord willing, if I can have time to make them. But since I'm not sure I will have time, I did buy these Catalina Crunch peanut butter chocolate bars. They're small. It's a really small package. So they had a $2 off coupon. So I paid $6 for 4, came in the pack. So that'll take care of the sweet treat for 2 days for the both of them and buy me some time to make the cookies. And then my little one's snack box will have the fruit twist, oranges, club crackers mini, and then the Catalina Crunch bar.
Got me up on a late night. You steady playing on my mind. Oh, I can't get you out my head. Got a feeling I can't fight. There's nothing left but it feels right. I'm feeling you and I won't pretend. I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. I just wanna feel your touch. I wanna be closer, babe. I just wanna give you my love. I just wanna give you my love. I just wanna give you my love. My love. Ain't no doubt about it.
Here is the bathroom all cleaned and ready to be used. Next, we are going to move back to the laundry room because by this time my laundry was done washing in the washing machine. So I'm going to get those out. And some items either need to go in the dryer or I need to hang them to dry. So we're going to get that done. So anyways, with this new school schedule we have, I am hoping I can stay on track and be on top of it when it comes to holiday parties and Teacher Appreciation Week. I still got stuff for my son when he was at his last school, like for his teachers, but I feel like I was always so last minute and I was always scrambling for everything. I'm telling you, this second child has just threw me for a loop. I feel like I was so on top of it with my oldest when he was little. But then this one, I just feel like sometimes I am just going with the wind. But anyways, I know I've got a long way until Teacher Appreciation Week. It's in May. And don't get me wrong, some days I know will be harder than others. But honestly, yesterday and today, I just feel good about myself and all the prep that I've been doing. I think it's because I survived the last 3 days and they kind of went off without a hitch. So I think the problem I will have is just keeping the momentum because I don't know about you, but I just get spurts of energy and I want to make lists and meal and snack ideas, but then sometimes I don't. I just hit a wall because then the other thing of it is making memories for your children and you want them to be able to grow up and say, I remember when you used to do this or that. For me lately, it's been getting up and just being intentional and making breakfast and prepping their snacks. And I could be wrong. They probably won't even remember. But sometimes for me, it's just doing the act with care and just showing them that you care and that they mean so much to you.
Babe, you should be mine. Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. Seasons change, my love will still remain. 'Cause I got you, I got you. Been down, I stay close. Storm hit, I ain't let go. You the one I don't second guess. Late calls, I be pulling up. Never could I give you up. Got it bad, I must confess. And I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say.
I know summer is practically over, but we've been going to the water park these past couple weekends, just trying to take it all in until summer is really over. My little one has been asking to go to the trampoline park and the library, but I kind of want to keep those for when the pool and water park close because they'll be closing pretty soon here in a couple of weeks, probably even in a few days when it's Labor Day. And then he'll be asking to go to the pool. So this past weekend, we did the water park on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I took him to a splash pad. And I like to set a timer for an hour when we go to splash pads and parks, just so I'll know, okay, it's been an hour. Either we can stay for 30 more minutes or we got to go. Because I just pack snacks and we don't really do lunch there. So we needed to get home in time for lunch. And I say that because that's been an idea of mine. Like, we should pack a picnic and go. And I just haven't acted on it. But oh my God, this day, the sun and the heat just did me over. And I didn't even realize it until later on that day. I just felt weird and had a really bad headache after I got home and showered. So all that I could chalk it up to was that it was dehydration. I will say I'm glad that nothing was wrong with my son because he seemed fine and I was keeping a very close eye on him and making him drink so much water while we were there. I think we both went through 4 bottles. But then with that, I think I maybe forgot about myself because I felt fine while we were there. I was sipping water, but it was later and after the fact that I feel like it just hit me like a ton of bricks because once we were done, my shirt was soaked from sweating so much. As much as I love summer, I am just over this heat and ready for the fall.
I just wanna feel your touch. I just wanna feel your touch. I just wanna give you my love. I wanna give you my love. I just wanna give you my love, my love, my love, my love. Ain't no doubt about it.
This must have been the next day because I've got a different outfit on. I'm going to start another load of towels and then get the towels that are in the dryer out and fold those. And then after, we will get into the packing of it all for this trip that we already went on. It was my little one's first time on a plane. He actually did really good. I was so scared just with everything that you see on the news and just going on in the world. But thankfully, he did okay. We were okay. The only thing is, I did not want to spend the extra money and pay to pick our seats. But maybe in the future, I'll do that just for convenience, not because we had a bad experience this time. But instead, there was an option to notate that if you are a family and if you want to try to be together, then the airline will try to do that when you don't pay to pick your seats. So I did make sure that we were known to be a family and that at least one of us needs to stick with the little one, like at least not all 4 of us be separated. So they did that both on the way to and on the way back home. The only thing with that is that we were in the very last group to board, which is fine. And then 2 of our seats were in the very last row to be close to the bathroom, I guess, because with the whole quote unquote family thing. But then the other 2 seats were kind of in the middle of the plane. So I think that was fine because, like I said, as long as one of us got a seat next to my little one, it is all good. But we basically got 2 and 2 together, so it was okay. And then the plane we were on had TV screens on the headrest in front of you. So this helped pass the time. And so on the way there, I sat with my little one and he kind of took over the TV, which is fine. And they give out little earbuds so you can listen. And then on the way back, Mike sat with my little one. So I kind of was able to watch what I wanted on the way home. And it made the time go by so much faster. I say my little one took over the TV just because we each had our own TVs in front of us on the headrest. There's a TV on each headrest, but I just did not want to put on earbuds and watch something and then not pay attention to him. So that's why I say I watched what he was watching. He was able to put his earbuds in and I just had to pay attention to him fully just in case he got bored of it. And sure enough, he did. So then we had to get some stuff out of his backpack that he carried on, his personal item.
Babe, you should be mine. Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. And when seasons change, my love will.
So here you're going to see me go back and forth a lot from the bathroom to the room. But right here, I don't like to buy travel size stuff. I mean, I'll do it if I have to. And I do have a bunch. But for the most part, I keep these little bottles and I try to fill them up with stuff that I already have. But honestly, if it's last minute, I mean, I will buy it from the grocery store or Walmart. I'll buy the travel size ones. The reason why I don't like to buy them is because they kind of go to waste after the trip. It's like I use it, but then when I get back home, I don't do good with finishing the product because, of course, there's still stuff in there, but I just always forget about it and they kind of just get tossed around. So here I'm just trying to fill up what I can in these travel size bottles. Another thing here is, and it might be even a packing tip, I like to pack like maybe even a week in advance of stuff that I know that I won't need that week or something. And here's where these travel size things come in handy too, because you know you're not going to need it because you're going to use what you have in your shower already. So that way you can just go ahead and get that packed away and then worry about other stuff like outfits. And then maybe at the last minute you have to do laundry to take your favorite clothes. And so that's what I was trying to do here. I was just trying to get ahead of the game, pack what I can. That way, whatever happens at the last minute, I'll be able to handle it and take time doing that instead.
Still remain, 'cause I got you, ain't no doubt about it, babe, you should be.
And then here, I will admit this was maybe just 2 or 3 days before. It wasn't the 5 days or the week before like I had mentioned previously. I mean, I would love to do that in advance, but with this trip, it was kind of sneaking up on me. But at least I had, like I said, this was 2 or 3 days before. So here I found these 2 buckets. I am separating what I'm going to put into my personal item that I'm able to take on the plane, and then stuff that I want to put in the suitcase. I feel like my mind was just kind of everywhere, so I just needed to separate them, and that way once I'm done packing everything, I know which bag they're gonna go in. I was also packing for multiple people, myself and my little one, so I needed to see what stuff of his I wanted to put in his personal item bag, and then if I needed to put some stuff that was his in my personal item bag. So that's why this step was so important to me, just to make sure that I have space, and then also not taking unnecessary items on the plane, and then vice versa, not putting stuff that isn't needed in the suitcase when I can put it in my personal item on the plane.
Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. And when seasons change, my love will still remain. 'Cause I got you, I got you.
We were sparks on quiet streets, 2 hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back.
Okay, so here, I told you I'm going to be going back and forth. So we're in the room, I'm packing my makeup bag, and I know I am super brave for doing this. I put this in the suitcase. I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, what if we get there and everything's like busted up and broken? But honestly, it was okay. I think I put some cushion underneath it and just all the way around it with clothes. So the makeup was fine, but I was kind of scared. I wish I could take it with me on the plane, but some of it was liquids, you know, like foundation, concealer, like all that stuff. I just didn't want to risk it going through TSA. So I'm just like, whatever, let me just toss it in the suitcase. And like I said, just put some cushion around it with all the soft clothes that are in there already, and it'll be fine. But yeah, the way that I packed everything on my personal item and the suitcase, everything went well. I don't know if it's because I had my little one with me that they were just kind of like, whatever, just get her through. But honestly, I didn't really have any liquids in the personal items. So, I mean, that's the obvious reason too.
Back to the start, before the quiet and the scars, when the world felt small.
I was was so excited to find these Q-tips because we had literally ran out in the house. And so I think this bag was from a previous trip that I just kept packed. And I like to do that. That way, when I pull out all of my toiletry bags or suitcases, like some stuff is still in there that we can use for future trips. And it's just a nice surprise like it was today. Did I still have to go buy Q-tips for the house? Yes, but I think I didn't do it until we got back. So these were definitely a lifesaver. And then here are a couple of items that I took for my little one just for the trip. This ended up going in the suitcase, some saline spray, the bulb sucker, and a thermometer.
And your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start. If only for a moment. I've been up since 3, scrolling back where we used to be. Half truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what it like that. Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my rhyme. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
So I did want to share with y'all a mishap that happened during this trip. It was so horrible. It happened right at the beginning too, but I guess it was a good thing because then for coming back, everything was fixed. So Mike, of course, that is not his name on his birth certificate. So I ended up putting that name for his ticket. So when we got to TSA, that lady, she came to work that day and she just, because Mike was just trying to play it off. Like, he's like, oh, sometimes people make mistakes and, that's my nickname. Like, it is my name. It's not like it's super different from what's on my driver's license, but she was not having it because it was me and my little one together. And then I think even my oldest, because I was the only one with the United app on my phone. So I just screenshotted Mike's boarding pass and I'm like, okay, here, well, just to move faster, like you go by yourself over there and then I'll do myself and the kids over here, like at this podium. And so as I'm there checking in, they're scanning everything and I look over and I just see Mike like looking at me and he's just being escorted away by security. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what is happening? And so if you've ever been to the airport before in the TSA, it's just a hot mess and you got to keep it moving. So I didn't want to stop and go see what was going on. It's like, we got to keep moving. Like I said, we were already right there to scan and then start putting your stuff on the conveyor belt. And so I was like, oh my God, let me just get myself and the kids through and then we'll figure out what's going on over there. So I'm in line and I'm sitting there Googling like, hey, like what happens if you have to get called out by TSA? And they were saying, oh, all they do is extra security measures, but then the worst they can do is just deny you to get on your flight altogether. But of course, I'm thinking of the worst. I'm like, oh my God, like this is going to happen. And so I'm on the phone with, United customer service, calling them to change the name. But then it was all kind of mixed up because when I was trying to change the name with them, Mike had found a nice worker that was changing the name for him at the same time. And so we all got it taken care of and he ended up making it to the gate. I want to say it was at the last minute. It was like 20 minutes before departure time. And of course, I'm just thinking the worst when he wasn't with us. I'm just like, oh my God, like, am I going to have to do this trip by myself? Like all that is going through my mind. And then Mike had the car seat with him. And I'm like, how am I going to get the car seat? I'm going to have to buy a car seat when we land. Just all these things going through my mind. And then my little one was just crying so bad because he didn't really understand what was going on. All he knew was daddy's not here. And then my oldest, he did such a good job, but even though I know he was kind of freaked out too and sad, but on the outside, you really couldn't tell because he was just trying to keep a strong face for his little brother. So he did a really good job about that, but I could tell that he was sad because we're not savvy travelers like that. Well, when it comes to planes, we do a lot of road trips, but the planes and the airports, like we don't really know like how lenient, they can be with name changes. But like I said, he ended up making it, but just what a stressful way to start off a trip right out the gate.
It's only for a moment. If only for a moment. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
And here is just some little closet clean out I was able to do from my youngest, just some shoes and clothes. I just needed to at least get them into bags. Are they still sitting in my dining room? Is this bag still sitting in my dining room over a month later? Yes. I really need to message my sister-in-law first to see if she wants to take the hand-me-downs or if I need to go and donate them. What I did was I tried on all of these outfits to make sure I feel comfortable in them first. And now I'm going to go ahead and try to pack them in my carry-on. So here is day one. It's just some shorts, a shirt. This one shorts again with a team shirt under there. Shorts, sleeveless shirt, shorts, sleeveless shirt. And then this is just an extra t-shirt and then some workout shorts just in case I don't want to wear any of those. So I'm gonna see if all of this will fit into my carry-on. I'm gonna try to take this on the plane. We'll see what happens. Mike got that because he has another backpack, but it is a little bit too big, so he wanted to try to get a little one. This one I just got to put back in the closet. I don't think we're going to use it. This one is the bigger one of these two, so we're gonna try to just take one, so we'll see what happens. Here are some toiletries I got in here. That's gonna go into that suitcase. So let's go ahead and get all this packed up, and then don't mind my bed. It is such a hot mess. That's a clean comforter. I had to change out these, and my son is home with me, my little one, so there's no point in making up the bed because we are just gonna have to go to nap time in a little bit anyways. All right, and then here I've got my little one's outfit picked out for the plane. His socks here, shorts and shirt here. He's gonna take this hoodie. These are the shoes that I'm wearing, and then here's my outfit. I got everything laid out for the morning. That way we can just roll out of bed and get dressed, brush our teeth, and go. And then here is his carry-on that he's gonna take. This was actually, it used to be my oldest son's, but it's actually still in good condition. So we are going to take it, and he was pretty excited about it. Suitcases, even for little ones, they're so pricey to me. The only ones I saw were around $60 and $70, so no thank you. And so I do want to show you what's in here, just to give you an idea of what you can take if you need ideas for your little one on a plane. Okay, so he insisted on putting his little squishy ball in this pocket, so that's in there for now. And then here, I bought this at Walmart. It's a little Minecraft tin. It's got a bunch of activities in it. My whole point of buying this new was so that he can be surprised and interested on the plane, but that kind of backfired because I left it in the trunk, and then I had him help me with groceries one day and he saw it. But I mean, as you can see, it's not open, so we've done good with not opening it. We've got some poppers. We like to have competitions with these, so I brought two because he's going to be sitting with me. don't have anything yet in these side pockets, but he is gonna take his little Yeti water bottle, of course. Okay, now inside the big one, I got a bag of clothes, a change of clothes just in case anything. I've got pajamas, socks, underwear, and then a whole other outfit. Just in case any luggage gets lost, at least he's good for a day. But I mean, with airlines, we know how that goes. This I bought new from Dollar Tree. It's an Ninjago sticker book. He did try to get into this morning, so I kind of panicked. I was like, ah! But that's that. His Bluey camera, of course. So appropriate. And then I have some other stuff on my list. Let me go get it and see, because I know I need to put more. I know Mike had printed some coloring sheets for him, so we're gonna take coloring sheets and some crayons, of course. Let me see what else was on my list. Okay, so here's another thing that I'm gonna take. I'm probably gonna take a little stack of sight word cards, flashcards as well, because that's what we do with this. I hold him up and then he'll practice writing that. So that's something. I'm gonna go ahead and pack this right now because our flight is in less than 24 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. And then what else? He's got some water wows. I need to pack those. I'm gonna have him pack a stuffy just to take. I think he picked out a Sonic one, and we had it right here in this area, but of course it's gone. And then I'm also gonna have him pick out a book to take for bedtime. We're gonna try to limit that to one. I mean, if it's a thin book, I'll probably let him take two, but right now, definitely one book for bedtime. And so that's about it that I want to take for him. I want to try not to overpack, so that's the bare minimum. If I do add anything, I will let you know on the voiceover. This bag was already feeling heavy, so I really needed to see what else could go in here. Okay, so what I've got so far in here, this is an extra pair of pants. If I decide not to wear shorts, these are pajama pants. In here I've got underwear, socks. I don't think I've packed anything up here yet, just because I know this part is going to get packed, and I don't like when this is packed and then also up here is packed and it just gets so bulky. So no. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to put some cards and my ID in here. I don't know what purse I want to take yet. And then in here, I was able to stuff all of my pajamas. I took 2 pairs for 5 nights. And then in here, this is just a bunch of stuff that I know that I was sorting out in the suitcase and then carry-on buckets earlier. So that's just all stuff. I might have to take this out, like our medicine and vitamins. I'm just kind of scared about that. So yeah, this is all just stuff that could pass on a carry-on. So let's see if I could get all this to fit. These straps, you can click it and then you can tighten it, and then it'll tighten up all your stuff too, so I guess that's a good thing. But then again, it's like, how heavy is it though once I put so much stuff in, you know? I wanted to get a pair of shoes in here, but that doesn't look like it's happening. So I look like I'm going hiking. Yeah, I think I stuffed all that I can in here. Okay. So this is done. I'll just put this right here. There. And then these are gonna have to go in the suitcase. and then here's what we got in the suitcase so far. All of this is my little one's clothes. I was able to compress all his stuff in there, but I've also got my swimsuit, my oldest and my youngest swim trunks in there, but with his pajamas, socks, and underwear, that's all in there. Oh, magnetiles. These need to go in his backpack, and we probably need to lighten the load on this too. Probably not take too many. So that needs to go over there. These are some liquids that I'm scared of putting in a carry-on, even though they did say put it in a quart-sized bag and it'll be okay, but I'm still nervous, so that's gonna go in here. Baby wipes. These are goggles for the pool. Some laundry pods. Some disinfectant spray. And then Mike actually started putting his stuff in here already. I think all of this is his. Yeah, because I couldn't figure out what I was going to wear yet, so none of my stuff is in there yet. But now that I have figured that out, let's go ahead and try to get this suitcase done. I do have to admit that we did end up taking 2 suitcases. So this one and then the other smaller one that you saw earlier in the video. We just needed more space for shoes because I think each of us took 2 pairs of shoes. You know, we wore one, but then we needed another one just, I guess, to change it up throughout the week. I don't know. And then this one, it felt like it was getting heavy, but honestly, it was only 30 pounds because we weighed it the morning that we left because I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, it can't go over the weight limit. And so this one was 30 pounds and then the other one was, I think, 30 pounds as well. So we were good because, yeah, the weight limit's 50. So I guess it was a good call to just go ahead and take 2 suitcases. Thank you for joining me on this clean and pack with me. I hope this video gave you some motivation and helped in some way, and I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.